Good evening, everyone. I'm writer Coach Tony. I'm back for my fifth video for tonight. Um, it's my movie review of Whitney Houston's "I Wanna Dance with Somebody." So Whitney is portrayed by Naomi Aki, and it's directed by Casey Lemons. Um, so we've seen, I think, three biopics, new musical biopics for the past few years, and the standards they've set are a bit high, from Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen, and then we had Elton John. I forgot the title of his movie. Where a Rocketman, played by Taron Egerton. And there's Elvis from last year, Austin Butler played Elvis, directed by Baz Luhrmann. So these three musical biopics combined very good storytelling, very impressive musical numbers, and they were fun to watch. Taron Egerton was my choice for Best Actor that year was released. Then of course we all know that Rami Malek won the Oscar for Best Actor when he played Freddie Mercury, and then this year the buzz for Austin Butler is also very strong for Elvis. So well, it should follow up that Whitney's biopic should at least reach that level of excellence. However, I did enjoy the musical moments, the peaks of Whitney's career, from How Will I Know to I Wanna Dance with Somebody to Star Spangled Banner, because I was really able to follow her career from her first top 10 hit, You Give Good Love, until then her first number one, Saving All My Love, and then that consecutive number one songs, and then of course there was also The Bodyguard. However, the movie feels like it's like an MTV documentary, but it focuses more on the achievement of Whitney. Although the director did reveal a lot of interesting facts that we did not know. Actually, only one. We didn't know that Whitney and her family actually knew that she was a lesbian. We never knew. Here in the Philippines, I've never even seen tabloids, because you didn't have those tabloids that you have in America. And of course, at that time, it would be hard to believe that she was a lesbian, because she projected an image of really being a woman. But I think what the movie lacked was, because I thought when I first watched the first parts that maybe her drug abuse came from her not being able to express her choices, to really become a lesbian, and instead of wearing gowns, dress up like comfortably in the image that she wants. But since this is showbiz, the career that she chose, she would have had to make some trade-offs, and then she did. She did make a lot of trade-offs. She had to look like a woman, look very pretty, and eventually she became America's princess, and she did earn a lot of money, and win a lot of awards because of the talent she brought to the table. However, I think what the movie wasn't able to show was why was she solely dependent on her drug abuse, and her family. Well, most families, not all of you will support you anyway. So, but in the movie, you can see that her brothers were supporting her, her mother, and of course her dad was the creep in the movie. I don't know if he's really a creep in real life, but anybody who steals your money is definitely a bad guy, especially if it's your father. That part we also didn't know here in the Philippines. So we didn't know that Whitney was actually a practicing lesbian, and then that her dad stole her money. I mean, wasted all her wealth. I only know Tony Braxton, who went bankrupt, no? But I didn't know that Whitney also went bankrupt pala because her dad, um, yeah, just used up all her money, her earnings. But she's so talented that she can always, I think she could always bounce back, no? Like do a Judy Garland, no? Like what Renee Zellweger did in Judy, no? She was able to, Judy Garland was able to slowly climb back, no? Even when she lost everything. However, the singing parts were very entertaining. Naomi Aki, there were parts that she was good, there were parts that she wasn't. There were also some good scenes, especially when she fought with her father. And then what other scenes were funny? That one I remember, and then even the first part where they showed her being a lesbian, it wasn't really. I mean, it became clear to us that even her family knew about it. I think what they were asking her to do was just not to show a different persona to the real world, to the world. But in reality, she and Robin can actually have a relationship. Although in the movie, what happened was when she decides to marry Bobby Brown, she became butch, she became straight, no, and just junked her lesbian lifestyle. But we will never know to what extent did that make her unhappy, very unhappy, no? Because she could not lead the life that she wanted. Well, she could actually, but because she was so talented anyway, that people, I think, even if it happened now, would overlook, her being a lesbian, her being, just pursuing what she wants to be because of her sheer talent, no. But actually, if you analyze her, I think she was weighed down by the expectations also of her family because of her gospel roots, no. When you're young, you're told na, to be lesbian is a sin, you'll go to hell, nothing will happen in your relationships, which is total bullshit actually. So it's a pity that Whitney never realized that, no, because you can see that she's a very intelligent woman. Music wise, I think she was a genius, no? She could transform a song, no, that's a very simple Dolly Parton song, into a bombastic ballad, no, which only she can sing really well, no? Her arrangements are all very difficult. There were even scenes there where she said, I have to do a concert. Now I realize why it would be difficult for her to do a concert tour, because all of her songs are so difficult to sing. That's why she commented one time, yes, I can do this, I can sing this, but only once. I can sing this arrangement, this flow of songs, if I only do it once, which is actually true, no? But if you have to do it night after night, it would really strain her voice. And since she was really belting out, she belts out in almost all of her hit songs. So now I realize when I watched her in Hong Kong, she would not sing the complete song. She would only like play 1 minute of this hit song, 1 minute of this song, because now I realize if she sang the whole song, she will have no more voice, no, the next day. So they're just very strenuous songs. That part I appreciated. What I could not really understand from the movie is, um, yeah, how did the? I mean, nobody intervened really, in her drug addiction, because substance abuse among celebrities is not uncommon. No? So there are many substance abusers, from Robert Downey Jr. to so many, but they're all able to fight it, no? So in Whitney's case, after her hits, then when she really started doing the drugs, it was really downhill after that, and up to the point that she was found dead, not drowned in her own bathtub because of drug use, which is not a nice way to die. I mean, you're such an achiever, and then you just drown in your bathtub because you decided to take drugs. So it's not a. It really contradicts her image as America's sweetheart. So her story is really a tragedy. However, the question that the movie could not answer is, why was she totally helpless? I mean, she seemed very helpless in taking charge of her life, no? Because lesbians and gays in Hollywood have already existed even before, and if the wise actors, the smart actors, just find a way to hide their real sexuality, from the real world, so from Rock Hudson to who else? There's so many, actors who just found a way. Katharine Hepburn was rumored to be a lesbian, but she found a way to kind of hide or not let other people snoop into her personal life, so that she can concentrate on her art, because anyway, your personal life is really no business of other people. So I think Whitney should have not fought, not really held herself back on what she wanted to do. It's not uncommon anyway for lesbians or gays to be raising children. Even before, I'm sure there were many lesbians and gays who were married, who were also raising children. So it's just a matter of finding the right balance, and not really exposing your kid to the excesses of your world, because they were in show business. And then I think, in a way, although in the press Bobby Brown it's always been blamed for her downfall, for her drug use, but in the movie there was a scene where it was also actually Bobby was just looked like a recreational user. He wasn't really a drug user, so yun lang, si Whitney ang naging drug user. So it really pulled her down, and we all know what happened. Yun lang, we do not feel that emotional impact too much in the movie. We just feel sad that she had to leave the world that way, and with her immense contribution to the music world, to the music canon, she had to die in a pitiable manner. So I hope in the future they release another biopic, more edgy maybe, I don't know, because this one looked like an MTV documentary where you show the greatest hits of a singer's career, which is, well, we expect that in a movie, music biopic, but we also expect to find out some juice, find out things you don't know about the singer, and then of course the storyline, very important. Yeah, there's so many things in the movie that could have been improved, so people could really enjoy it, like the way we all enjoyed Bohemian Rhapsody, and I also enjoyed Elvis because of the way Baz Luhrmann's direction works. No? He's a razzle dazzle type of director. So Elvis looked very razzle dazzle, no? Which in I Want to Dance with Somebody, it becomes good, then it falls flat, becomes good, then falls flat, so it's a bit uneven. Yeah, I want to see, hopefully in the future, no, 10 or 20 years from now, another biopic done by a more I don't know, actress who can really show who Whitney was, because she was an enigma. In a way, she was an enigma to all her fans. No? She was America's princess, but actually she had her own personal problems. So anyway, this movie doesn't really you don't really feel the emotional impact. You just enjoy the singing scenes, which was fine with me. So with that, please subscribe to my channel, Writer Coach Tony, and please also follow me on my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. Thank you very much.